my heart and my head since November that I was going to be
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Leanne. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. It's only the second year that I've told people it's my birthday. I feel like I'm important enough now. So I'm going to be involved for the month of August with helping to plan the August 1st CD, and I'll be here this summer at least. Maybe July to plan the August 1st CD.
I'm Donna, and I'm on the staff of Women's International Nation. So I've been working with Carolyn and Karen, and I don't know how we can divide up the work that everybody's been doing. Everybody's been doing everything, and it's been a real dream to be able to work on this and come right here, and they're right there, and finally be here talking about this stuff, knowing that we're right by the depot, and we'll have some impact. It's really good to be here. Is anybody else around this morning? I mean, there's everybody's here for games.
I wonder if people are going to be here until for the summer would like to introduce themselves. Yeah.
Are there folks, Jean?
I expect to be most of the summer.
What's your name?
Jean is and I'm a student.
Louder?
I'm doing an independent study here for a course in education. It's the best education course I've ever had.
My name is Pat Ryman. I'm going to be here for the whole summer. I've been coming here since February or something like that. I'm kind of overwhelmed. My name's Andrea, and I'm from New York City. I've been organizing since April in New York, and I'll be here all summer.
I'm Debbie Kingsland, and I'll be here for most of the summer.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to hear that.
My name is Debbie, and I'll be here for most of the summer also.
I'm Nancy, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and I'll be here all summer. I'm real glad to be here because I've been thinking about being here about a year. So.
I'm Anna, I come from Sicily, and I'm going to stay here most of the time too.
Great. I'm Ann. I'm from New York. I've worked on national fundraising and local fundraising, and marginally, well, a little more than marginally on programming. Initial stages of programming, sending out the outreach to get people here. And
Are you going to be here all summer, Ann?
No, I'll be here on weekends mostly.
You good?
I understand there's women from Grand Common and Comiso here, and I think
I think you should.
Anna.
no, I know that.
She said oh no, I heard they were going to come tomorrow.
Well, Laura's here somewhere, but I don't know her. Yeah, okay, so, I thought maybe we could do, and people, if they wanted to switch it around, that's fine, is go through the list of work so we have an idea of what physically has to get done today, and also knowing that we also need to come back before we break up this meeting and deal with the two discussions that have been referred to. One being what the staff referred to, and that being process, figuring out how we can better communicate and involve people, and the other being the discussion of the flag for the 4th. So, if we... Oh, that would be great. Is there someone...
Something about security report. Why don't we have that and then go on?
Okay, does everybody understand that we want to have a security report because it seemed like a noisy night?
Right.
Yeah, we want to know because
Yeah?
I wanted to say something, I'm not sure at what point, regarding some kind of a sign-in book or diary.
it's up in the living room in there.
What is?
A journal. So anybody can write it, anything they want.
Okay, that's the first I knew of it. Is that where it's going to stay?
Did that come out of last night's discussion?
No,
She just got around to doing it, so it's the first we've all heard of it.
So So you'd want everybody who's here now to make an effort to go in and sign.
We have a whole list of them.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that first.
Go, Mariah.
Mariah was on security crew last night.
Not standing up, nobody else.
Oh no, it's not.
All right.
I'm sort of in the middle of the situation, and I want to tell you, those women did a wonderful job last night.
Okay, I want to have a security meeting, like after this meeting. We need exactly 24 women, and that's cutting it real short. Okay, that's saying exactly what we need. Now, if we can get more than 24 women to volunteer, we can use it. I need primarily women who are going to ace security, and that means be the ace for the summer. Women who are going to be here for the summer, who are going to orientate new women for security. Like, I can only be here, try to be here from now till whenever. But that's hard for me because I live in Boston. You know, making the hike up here and doing a regular job and taking care of a kid is, you know, a bit complicated. But security was good last night for the number of women we had. I mean, I'm really glad that we're here, you know? And we also need donations. I want more walkie-talkies, you know? And there's enough of us here that if we threw in $1 each, we can get another walkie-talkie, you know? And that, why do we have to wait for outside funding to get the money to get ourselves a walkie-talkie? And there's enough of us here to get walkie-talkies. I would like to see happen because we need it. We're not protected without it. We cannot communicate. There's a lot of land out here. If we're at the far corner here and at the far corner there and there's 2 corners back there, how do we communicate? I ran all night, you know, and I won't do it another night probably. Unless I extremely have to. But I would like to see 24 women or more after this meeting, and I'll talk about what security means. In general, to everyone, if a security person comes and says, put a fire out at night, put a candle out at night, please respect that woman that's asking you that because it's for a reason. We don't want to burn up. We don't want to burn down.
Marissa, you want to talk about what happened last night?
Okay, what happened last night, we have a few jerky people, you know, a woman and some men, okay? Now we have to watch. We always look out and say, okay, we got to watch for the men coming on, but last night we were approached by a woman who was really obnoxious, okay? And we don't need it from women or men out there. They were pulling up and just making obscene comments and throwing not only firecrackers and the nice glittery sparkles, you know, that were pretty to look at, but cherry bombs. Cherry bombs are really, okay, cherry bombs are just like a miniature bomb, like a miniature grenade. It has that much, it's done with gunpowder. Okay, it can burn you severely if you're hit with a cherry bomb.
A Roman candle too.
Excuse me?
A Roman candle too.
Roman candles are just as deadly, okay? If you're hit by anything like that, remember the fire safety. If you're on fire, roll, you know, and scream out for help. But we need to watch for that, and that's why we need more women, is that people are pulling up. They want to break our barricades. They want to get us from any angle they can because they don't want us here.
They also drove on the property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They drove around here.
We had 5 instances of things that unusual happenings. There were 2 instances of kids on Amish land coming over with deploying Roman candles side. So we spent a lot of time driving Mother Earth over all the bugs out of the bushes, and that was over and done with, and we came back, and then this drunken individual, alleged human being, came up in a truck. And I tried to stop him there at the what we call the front desk, which is the area by the chestnut tree, and that's the first first security station, and he just sort of drove right on through and indicated that he would me over as not, so I let him go around. And ultimately, we ended up putting up a barricade, which proved to be real effective. We had 2 sawhorses and a big log in case the sawhorses were gotten by or through or around. Hansa had the foresight to put them close to trees so that they couldn't drive around on the ground around them. And there are logs down, which we want to make you aware of. There are logs that are on the roadways coming in, not to trip over them. 2 people tripped over them last night, which was somewhat uncomfortable for them. But they're there. Cars from entering shouldn't be entering. Yeah. Yeah, they have reflective tape on the back, and on the front they don't. The sawhorse, one of them, cars that are coming in that will, the friendly cars that, you know, are expected and will stop, and then we can let them in. But I think, one other thing is that we are new to security. You know, it's not a developed system like many of the other systems here. And we sort of have to work to make a real special effort to coordinate that a little more. It was only our first night. I think we did real well. We were running around a lot. Property, but you know, I think that as time goes, it's going to get smoother and smoother, and I think you know, just everybody be aware of that, where the stations are, mainly that, you know, so if you need somebody, you can get to them.
I want to say something else. That I was sleeping in this parking lot in my car over here, and I was real grateful for the security people. There was an incredible amount of activity, people yelling and screaming and driving. It doesn't sound like you're saying it now. It doesn't sound like as much as it was. I couldn't sleep, you know, and I was real happy that you were all here and dealing with it. And I felt like, you know, I could plug in, but that there was in a very real, tangible way. So thanks a lot. You're welcome.
What we do first is get 20.
What's the cutoff time for men to be on the land?
Let's take it
Can I
now.
make a suggestion here that the discussion of where men are on the land is also a reception area where men are to go. That reception built, that whole area is beautiful, and that is where we're urging people to stop and get information. So it still needs to be worked out. It might be that either talk now, or we want to let some people think about it and come back with an idea, because I don't believe that that system has been fully worked out yet.
Well, maybe if we go through the list, we'll find out that the reception area is being set up today, so we can do that.
I have one other thing. About 3:30, a state trooper went by very slowly and shone his light over the parking lot and over the land. And I want to know what consideration would we be willing to give to get additional support from them, maybe on a regular basis.
I want to answer it. We are working with the local police and state troopers. In fact, there's a woman state trooper that rides her horse around the land all the time because she was doing that before. She asked if it's okay because, you know, there's trails and stuff. And I think we had another state police or another
The county sheriff.
Oh, the county sheriff.
Last night. Please ever arrive.
Right.
That was something I was real curious about.
Right. They did drive.
Talk to us about various things.
Shay, she said exactly what happened. Maybe you
Having trouble.
can you talk louder, Jody?
If you have any problems hearing me, come and our land that was being accosted with cherry bombs. State police or the police, somebody was driving by, checking out the land. No, yes.
That was us.
No, it was on. It was on the highway. Light in your car.
Yeah, we took one of the big flashlights. It was before 3:30.
It's only once last night. It was at 3:30.
Was there a call from this land to ask the police?
By at 3. That's it.
So what are you talking about with
A little paranoid because we don't have leaders. We don't have any. And so they're wondering how we are be able to control people that we do not want on this land in. And we have told them that we are setting up, and we have set up, our very own security system, which will enable us to patrol the land and figure out if there's any need to call in anybody else. Right?
We call someone in on this land, and that's an ongoing discussion that we have to quickly.
Michelle, I think there's quite a bit of difference between calling the police in on the land and having them patrol the street. I think there is a very much of a deterrent when young people or oldsters, whoever it was last night, know that there is a police car patrolling here every hour or so. And I think that's what makes a big difference. They do have a spotlight that shines right on the parking lot.
Can I ask a favor? This is one of those issues that we need to discuss. And maybe it can be discussed tonight, maybe it can be discussed after maybe it can be discussed tomorrow. Answer before this encampment. We want to talk about that. But I know that the women who have been physically working let us know what the work is. We want to do discussion later. So
John, I'd like to make one closing and relevant remark about security, and that is most men and do very much because there are so many of them. The problem is with vehicles, and I think that has been solved along, where the driveways are at night. So I really we're going to think there's no access except by foot, and there are many.
Okay.
Okay, look at here we go really quick. Okay, I'll run down the various lists of jobs that are. We'll make sure we can try and do this. We need women to work on child care, building all day, 7 women shifts, 4-hour shifts. 4 hours. I changed it instead of 2-hour shifts because
What did you just say?
We need 7 women for child care.
That's to take care of kids. We also need 4 women to build the lean-to that's back there. And accessibility, we need 3 women to help build platforms and get the accessibility camping area ready. We need 1 or 2 women to work on a railing up in the attic. In the attic up here, this part of the attic, there's a hole that you go down to where the steps are, and it'd be nice to have something there to make so you have to trip over it or something before you fall down the hole. We need for security to get a couple of carpenters couple of hole diggers type women to sink posts on either side of each in and out driveway that we can put a line across so that at night we can individually open it for individual women.